If you feel like you're being watched, well, the biggest mistake you can make is to turn around and look. Because evil is like a shadow. It attached itself to you and will follow you until you lose your mind. Slenderman. How thin is the line between fantasy and reality? Finally, after developing a certain interest in the horror genre and a bit also of courage, I feel ready to explore this world full of scary and creative narratives. Hello little lobsters! My name is Ellen, and I am an artist with a big dream. Big small dream. Making comics and explore every single genre, or at least try to do so. Since Halloween is coming, I know it's early, but I'm preparing a lot of materials, so when the wave of the spooky season comes, there will be a lot to watch. Flashlight flickered once, then twice, casting trembling shadow across the pines. Then came the noise, not the rustle of leaves, but a harsh, metallic hum in the headphones, like a TV turned to a dead channel, growing louder with every heartbeat. On the cam recorder's display, thick white static lines began to tear through the feed. When the screen froze entirely, I saw him, standing motionless between two trunks, impossibly tall, with no face to return my stare. The limbs are stretched too long, the torso rigid, and encased in a dark suit that seems to absorb the surrounding light. He doesn't move, he doesn't walk, he doesn't breathe. He is simply there, watching you. Inside the teenager's bedroom, every inch of the wall was plastered with torn pages. Hundreds of frantic pencil sketches described the same slender, faceless figure. He's not scared to be seen in daylight. Once you come in contact with him, you're doomed. Your fate is sealed. Are we talking about fantasy or reality? Those are the common details you will find in a narrative related to the Slenderman. But let's talk about something interesting. Born from an online contest, it started just a spooky meme, but the spookiness made it more popular. People started talking and making content about him on the internet, making this character weirdly consistent in the behavior, even if it was written by different people. That's interesting. Slenderman isn't real. In my opinion though, what lies behind him, it is. What I'm talking about? Well, warning, I'm about to start a big rant about philosophy. In my opinion, Slenderman represents a primal evil present in the human heart. His featureless face and disturbing traits contrast so much with the human appearances, reminding us also that without humanity, we're just monsters in human clothes. Children are actually a metaphor. They represent ingenuity and purity, which, if met and embraced by this primal evil, they vanish without a trace. This is because children cannot understand what is good, what is evil. This is why also it's important for people, like for the tutors, parents, or the people around young kids to give them a good education, make them understand what is good or not, because they don't know better. But the funny thing is like how in other situations there is a torture that awaits the victim, and this torture represents the constant struggle between moral and immoral, between right and wrong. In the presence of evil, however, the person gradually loses themselves, ending up in a chaos situation and starting to lose their own identity, becoming the puppet of this primal evil. For those who are interested, I'll link below the livestream where I was reacting and reading from the creepypasta website. This video ends here, but not our adventure in the depth of horror meets legends and whatever is awaiting for us there. And if you enjoyed my interpretation of this character, I invite you to leave a follow, and if you'd like, comment with your favorite creepypasta or horror character. Maybe I might make a video on them, trying to analyze, figure it out, and try to understand better the character.